Welcome back to Absolutely Marvel and DC. My name is Benny, that is Dylan, and we are the channel that does discussions on your favorite DC and Marvel properties that exist in the world of TV shows and movies. We talk about the movies themselves, we do analytical reviews of the shows, we discuss rumors and all kinds of stuff. And today, Dylan, us in the Absolute Army got new news from Disney Plus, because it's Disney Plus Day, which I didn't know was a thing. Did you?
Neither did I. I didn't even know this was happening until I woke up and checked Twitter and was like, oh, things are being announced.
Same here. I heard about it yesterday and I was like, what's Disney Plus Day? Does everybody get like $1 off or something? Like, is it a free, like, what is this? I guess it's what the investor call from last year turned into. Now it's just Disney Plus Day. Remember last year we did the investor call? Mm-hmm. This year is Disney Plus Day, so they gave it an official name. Probably because it's not as glamorous to be like, guys, did you watch the Disney Plus investor call?
Right. Which is weird because they like the I don't even know how we got a hold of this, but the Phase 4 presentation where Kevin Feige was like in that like virtual screen and he was like, here's everything that's coming in the next few years or whatever. They just made that for investors and they didn't release it anywhere. So I don't know.
It was on the website. I watched it.
We can watch it, but like it's super low quality and it's clearly like not officially released.
No, you that year you could go to the Disney website and view the investor call. It was
okay.
I watched it there.
You had to dig for it then, because on YouTube it's just like horrible quality. Like they didn't officially release it to like public, easily defined sources, which is so weird.
That I agree with, because I did have to go digging on their website, but you could pull it up and watch it from Disney, and that's where I watched it. That makes sense.
So. I mean, Disney's a publicly traded company, right? Like that's not hidden. Yeah. They would be breaking the law if like they weren't giving that information to their investors. But
right. They just didn't make it like they didn't tweet it out. Here's the link, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Which is strange because that would blow up. But you just get to see like super low res versions that some guy screen captured.
Yeah.
But anyway. That's not important today.
So, all right, so we're going to go down. There actually wasn't that much new information announced that hasn't already been rumored, leaked, in hot discussion. Dylan, you and I were having a discussion before this about one of them, the Agatha Harkness. Was it official in October 7th? Or was that discussions? From what I could find, just so everyone knows, technically it was not leaked, but it was openly discussed that they were going to be doing it, but it wasn't officially announced. That's what it seems like with the Agatha Harkness one. But
the confusion with like a lot of these shows is they get leaked and rumored to different degrees every time. So like some of them will be reported by places like Variety, which are like known sources, and they make it seem like it's very on the up and up and everything. And then you get like the skeevy like TikTok leaks where it's like, okay, this holds no weight. But at the end of the day, they probably have the same sources.
So there are 3 shows that got brought into this, and we're going to be making individual ones to go over each of these little teaser trailers, because that's what we do here at Absolutely Marvel and DC. The shows that got teaser trailers are Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Miss Marvel. So we're going to go deeper into individual stuff with those, but those aren't new discussions, which is not what I wanted to talk about today, because we're going to do individual videos for those. Following the teaser trailers, we did get brand new announcements, and this is what I wanted to talk about. We've got Echo, officially now confirmed, which is a deaf superhero that was introduced in Hawkeye and then showed up in Daredevil, because that's actually where I learned about the character of Echo. But this character is going to show up in the show Hawkeye, and they're going to be moved into another thing. What do you think about this Echo character? Do you even know who Echo is?
Yeah, I mean, I've read my fair share of New Avengers and Hawkeye stuff. I'm aware of Maya Lopez.
Stuff.
Are you trying to check my comic knowledge?
Yeah, I am. I'm gatekeeping.
You're gatekeeping. Hey, do you even know who Echo is? You're not allowed to like this show.
I was questioning if you did know. Jeez.
No, I do.
Get all defensive. It was a simple question.
I don't know why they're making a show about this. I'm sure it'll make more sense once Hawkeye comes out. But again, you could say the same thing about the Agatha Harkness show. And we talked about this show and Agatha Harkness a lot back when the Agatha Harkness show first broke. And I think my same I'm gonna echo my same sentiments from back then, which is just I on one hand, this shows like that Marvel is able to do whatever they want now and are clearly confident that they're just going to try stuff. But on the other hand,
Yeah.
Now like a month removed from that reveal after seeing Eternals, I'm like, ooh, maybe they shouldn't be allowed to do whatever they want. But you know, that movie's divisive. So like Sal really liked that for that reason. So like
I feel like this is just going to be standard Marvel, though. This sounds to me like it'll be a normal Marvel. It doesn't sound like we're going to go deep philosophical like we did with the Turtles. It sounds to me like we're going to do standard Marvel. It's coming out of Hawkeye. So,
right. I mean, which is most likely going to be, you know, just very jokey Marvel fare, which like I'm cool with. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of twist. Do we have any other information about the Echo show, or is it just that it's coming?
No, the official announcement is that this is coming. That's all we got. That's what I wanted to talk about, the official announcement stuff today. Because, like I said, we're going to do much deeper looks at a lot of the trailers and stuff. Yeah. The next one is the official announcement, Dylan, of Agatha, House of Harkness.
House of Harkness.
I don't... Honestly, I keep hearing about this, and I'm just thinking of a live-action Hocus Pocus thing. Like, they're just going to do Hocus Pocus the movie, but, like, now it's a show with about Agatha. Because that's kind of the vibe I got from her. Like, if the Hocus Pocus witches were in a modern-day show.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
what do you think about...
A lot of people that I've talked to think that Agatha Harkness is the reason WandaVision stopped being good, like, halfway through. Which I don't fully agree with. But I understand their complaints. Because kind of when she does show up, if you don't like the twist, then, you know, you're kind of shit out of luck, because it changes the direction of the show and does kind of turn it into more traditional MCU fare, which, like, you know, take it or leave it. But I really like Catherine Hahn, and I remember in the last time we talked about this, it was described as a dark comedy, which sounds up my alley. Right. I don't know. What about you?
I don't know. This might be like the first Marvel thing that I just end up having zero interest in. Like, I'm probably going to have to watch it for our show, but like, if I didn't have to watch this for a job, I don't think I'd be like, man, Agatha's out. Are you ready to watch Agatha, Dylan? Let's go sit and watch Agatha the Sorceress, Dylan. Like,
well, that's also like the interesting thing is because this is seemingly a show about kind of an unassuming character that nobody cares about, but also Agatha Harkness is a very powerful witch. So
yeah,
like there could be like plot changing things that happen in this show, despite it being a dark comedy. Because like WandaVision was weird and didn't like move the plot along for a while until we started getting like the outside of the hex scenes.
Right.
So who knows? I don't. Again, like this and the Echo Show both. I feel like as we learn more about them, we're gonna get some kind of twist on it, some kind of like more information that makes the existence of these shows make more sense, as opposed to Disney just like doing nonsense. Like there's probably
that's what it feels like with those.
Yeah.
Like the next couple of announcements make more sense, and that's what and these are the ones I kind of thought. So X-Men 97 is getting a continuation, which I just question why. Just make a new X-Men show. That's what I want. Just why are we why are we that so hung up on nostalgia? You let it end like 20 years ago. Just let it end and move up, make a new X-Men show.
I'll do a sweeping theory here.
What's your sweeping theory?
This is what's going to happen. This X-Men 97 show, they're going to run it for one season, and at the end of the last season, they're going to trip through a portal, and they're going to come out the other side as live-action versions of themselves, and suddenly they'll be in the MCU.
That's how they're going to do it? Okay, yeah. I would take that. I'll accept that.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. We just... Like, just whatever, just go with it. They're here now. Like, there you go. I know Sal's going to have a lot to say about this. We'll see what he rants about and if it becomes a video, it becomes a video. But overall, without any information, it's just like a ninja announcement. All new streaming series, X-Men 97. It says all new, so maybe they're just going to reinvent it like they tried with that comic series for a little while.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was strange. I mean,
yeah.
People obviously like that show and like that era of the X-Men. I mean, I'm partial to the current era of the X-Men, but that's mostly because it's like the only era that I've ever actually cared about. Don't come for me in the comments. I haven't read a lot of X-Men aside from that. But you know, it's nostalgia is a very powerful force, and
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see what Disney does with the X-Men, because this is the first time I think this is the first time we're seeing them doing something with the X-Men.
Yeah.
Since the Fox deal. So.
Yeah. The first official, not like ninja in mutants, not like it's not rumored about how they're going to drop men from X-Men, none of that stuff. This is the first official thing, and it's X-Men 97 making a return. You
could argue that the current era of X-Men being as popular and as like what's the word, like sprawling as it has been, that was probably something to do with the Fox deal. I think it started before it, but like, you know, people talk, executives know what's happening.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with this. I don't know if I like it or hate it. If Sal has a lot to say, we'll make another video on that. But right now, with all this being information, we'll see what happens. I'm just getting a little tired of the nostalgia goggles that everyone seems to have lately. Bring back old shows, bring back old movies, reinvent this, stop. Where's my new IPs? This was fun for a couple of years. Can we stop now? Like,
sure.
And next up, I don't know how I feel about this. Spider-Man Freshman Year, an animated series following a young Peter Parker on his way to becoming the MCU Spider-Man. So they're doing a direct Spider-Man cartoon going into the show, movies. I don't know how I feel about that, because like they really set up that Spider-Man, like they did set up he's doing things before Tony Stark got there. Right. Like, I've seen the rumors and stuff like that. But how much could he have really been doing? Like, I don't foresee there being, because like with Vulture in the first movie, that was like a big baddie finally. So what is he doing before then?
Yeah.
Are we just going to try to, is he going to fight like every other villain? And we're just going to be like, oh, and then he kind of forgot all that and did the movies.
It'll be like the Spider-Man 2 game where like between scenes, he just ran into Black Cat and like Mysterio and shit. Yeah, I don't know, because I think in Civil War there is a line where he says that he's only been doing this for 6 months, before the events of Civil War. So that's not a large time period to write stories about, especially if you're going by like Ultimate Spider-Man ways where Bendis like time skips every other issue. So it's like, I don't know. That's do we know? Did they show any like screens? Any screenshots?
We have nothing on this one.
Just nothing.
These last ones, like the ones that they showed stuff on, we're gonna do separate videos for. This is just a notice, that kind of announcement.
Because I think that's the main draw for this, is like I don't think they're gonna be able to tell a lot of interesting stories because it is a prequel, and you can do a lot of interesting stuff with a prequel, but usually that's in a world where like you don't have a very definite time period, and like that 6 months was kind of shown to be very boring from the few scenes that we saw.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. And they already did kind of a comic that kind of did this idea of like, oh, what did he do before he became famous, you know? So I don't know.
You talking the Spidey comic?
Yeah, that's It wasn't in the MCU, but it was based on that idea. Like this is his first 6 months.
It was like a recontextualization of his origin if it happened in the modern day, which I don't even think anyone like pays attention to or cares about because it changes too many things.
I liked it.
But no, it's fun. I liked that comic a lot, but like, you know, everyone having smartphones, like, yeah, they would with the sliding time scale, but also Peter Parker, when he was like 15, wore like sweater vests and bow ties. So,
all right, and the last a new announcement with no information, and I'm kicking myself after the what if stuff. Marvel Zombies is getting its own ongoing animated series.
So is this separate from What If Season 2, or is this What If Season 2?
I think no, separate from What If Season 2. It's getting its own show.
Wow. Interesting.
My complaint is they killed everyone, and the big bad got dropped off at the end of What If. So like, what, we just have this weird
Witch
Ultron
alive.
No, she was dropped off in the end of the season.
Well,
They
like
threw
we never
her
saw
at
her body.
Ultron.
She's a zombie.
She's in another universe.
Yeah, well, that's the universe that this show takes place in.
The only thing they left open was that weird Thanos cameo at the ending. Was it Thanos, I think? Like, oh, the Marvel Zombie's going to fight him. But all the superheroes are dead. Paul Rudd's ahead. What is this?
I think the implication with that is that Ultron, or the Supreme Leader, whatever his name was, killed Thanos and took his... Because he got the Infinity Stones. I think he got those from Thanos.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, they want money, clearly, if they're making a Marvel Zombies show. So, like, this doesn't bother me. I don't know.
It bothers me, Dylan!
Sure. Why does it bother you? Explain.
Why are we doing this? Like, you
they want
already... Okay, my complaint with the original Marvel Zombies episode was that we don't have a lot of superheroes to really make it big and sprawling. So they contained it to one episode. But in that one episode, we also killed off everyone, Dylan!
Yeah.
So it's either going to be a prequel series leading up to the What If episode. Mm-hmm. That's the only idea I could think of. Or we're going to just create new superheroes.
How is that the only idea you can think of when Marvel Zombies, its entire thing is that it comes out of the multiverse? They could do whatever they want. They could just do a different universe with different zombies.
So they're going to take one zombie, put it into a different universe, and start the whole trend over again.
Yeah, or just, just start at the point where What If enters Marvel Zombies. There's just another universe where What If never interfered with that, and that's the universe.
It starts with the Watchmen like, what if? And you're like, no, it's not what if.
But that, I mean, I'm also... This and the Spider-Man one I feel like I'm most interested in just because I'm curious because now we have What If and two other animation projects tied into the MCU, one of which is directly related to What If. I'm curious if they're going to change animation styles at all, or if they're going to keep with we're going to keep it so that live action looks one way and animation looks this way. I don't know.
It's going to be interesting. I agree with you on that. The other things that they discussed, but we already knew about, are we're getting Secret Invasion. So that's going to be the follow-up with the Samuel L. Jacksons and Nick Fury on the Skrull situation from the other movie. We already know the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday specials coming out. Was that this year or next year? Do you know?
I think it's supposed to come out around the same... It's probably next year because it's supposed to come out near Guardians 3, I think.
Okay, all right. They reiterated that we're getting the Ironheart show, What If Season 2. The Watcher is going to return in a new season of the animated series exploring different offshoots of the MCU's ever-expanding multiverse. And we're still getting the I Am Groot series of shorts featuring Baby Groot. I really want to see that.
I don't.
I want to see Baby Groot on his adventures.
He's not even a baby right now. He's like
Teenage
a guy.
Groot? Yeah.
Isn't he going to be an adult again in Guardians 3, or are they sticking to teen? I don't remember if they've said that.
I'm hoping we move on.
Yeah.
But that's it. That is all the announcements. If you want a more in-depth look at the trailers, those will be coming out very soon. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. You hit that like button and you turn on notifications to know when Sal and I have those big discussions about those. I couldn't look at them today. Dylan doesn't watch trailers. And Sal is, I don't know. We didn't know this was a thing, so no one planned to be here.
Nobody planned for it.
So we'll see you guys on Monday with more stuff, and thank you for watching today. We're absolutely Marvel and DC, and I'll see you next time.